Parents feel a lot of pressure to play with their kids constantly, but is that necessary? We welcome psychologist Tania Johnson, one of the founders of the Child Psychology Institute. Now, first off, play for kids. That's very important, correct?
It's absolutely essential. That's where kids learn who they really are, where they build competency, creativity, courage to go, this is what interests me. This is what I want to pursue. And lots of our kids aren't playing and aren't playing independently anymore.
So, why is it good then to say, you go play on your own, mommy's tired, I'm going to rest for a little bit, go play outside in the backyard?
So, Nicole, really what we're seeing is this highly optimized childhood where our kids' childhoods are highly scripted, supervised. There's constantly a parent hovering nearby. And then when there's space, we give them a screen. So our kids never really have to dig deep, go, okay, if I'm playing with other kids, we can have an adult sitting nearby reading, but not hovering. When I'm playing with other kids, how do I have my voice heard? How do I negotiate rules and roles? How do I move from a place of fear? So can I ask them to be my friend? What do I do if they don't agree with me? To a place of competency, because it's within those micro moments of competency that our kids figure out I can. And if they're never given the space to do things by themselves, how do they ever figure out who they really are?
So you're saying then entertaining kids constantly can be a bad thing?
Absolutely. So we can spend some time with them, absolutely. But we also want to give our children space to figure out who they are in the world. And for a lot of our kiddos, that just isn't happening anymore.
When I think back to when I was a kid, my parents weren't around, hovering as you say. So I guess, is it a time for us parents now to look back to what our parents did to give us that time?
Nicole, absolutely. I'm exactly the same. So I was a sibling group of 4, and we were told to get outside and play and come back in later. My mom was not there guiding every single aspect of play. And so that's absolutely it. We want to have family-centered activities where we do play with our kids, but there's also space for the parents to do what they want to do, and then also have our kids involved in real-world activities like helping, gardening, those sorts of things. That's what builds competency, connection, and also belonging.
What about, taking my kids to the playground was very difficult for me. I never wanted to see them fall. And I had to turn around. My husband's just like, leave. You can't be here. You just leave because you're hovering. Would you recommend that? Because I want to be there, to scrape my kid's knee, but they need to learn how to do that themselves.
It's so hard. So mine are younger than yours. I have a 6 and an 8-year-old, and it's the same thing. So those monkey bars kill me often. So I'm standing nearby. But what we inadvertently do when we hover is we say to our kids, you cannot do this. Mommy needs to be right here to help you. When we step back, we take that deep breath and we go, you can do this. That's what they learn. That's what they become. I can not. I constantly need somebody to help me through this.
Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really, truly appreciate your insight into all of this. Tania is the co-host of the Child Psych podcast and also co-wrote the Parenting Handbook. You can find all of that at the Institute of Child Psychology.com.